Hey folks, welcome back to War Thunder. Today we're flying out the FJ4B, the Fury, in sim. So powered the engine up, holding it on the brakes on full throttle, let the engine spool up a bit. Released the right brake slightly earlier because it has a tendency to roll left on this runway for some reason. So just flick it to the right and then let it carry itself over. Going to head in towards the ground battle that's happening roughly ahead, and since this is the first time flying it, I want to test its roll, its elevators, try doing some flying under bridges and through the canyon where the river is. To get there, just some low level sneaky under radar type shit. See how it performs. I was worried I might clip the rudder there. Proper barrel roll with a bit of pitch thrown in. It's very controllable. It does over roll a tiny little bit, but it's nothing that you can't account for with a bit of opposite flick. I did hope that it would fly pretty much the same as the Sky Knight, the F3D, but it feels lighter, a little more nimble, and a little less stable. So that the Sky Knight, it's very precise but quite weighted, and you don't feel like you can stall it out. I feel like if I really went all out in this thing, I could just spin it out and crash it in the floor really pretty easily. But if you sort of smooth everything through and don't throw the controls a bit too far than you need for the maneuver you're trying to do, then it's it flies really well. I like it. Not sure I'm going to be as good with the guns because right now the Colt Mark 12s, which I think is what the guns on this thing are called, are just copy and pasted AN M3s, which are the same cannons that the F3D has. And with the cannons on that thing and the gun sight in the cockpit giving you so much space to work with, it's just easier to get your lead down and aim better. And as you can see, the space below the gun sight is quite restrictive. That looks like a MiG-17. Probably AI. Some MiG-9s, might as well have a pot shot. Don't look like I got anything there. I use mouse control for the view in my left hand, and sometimes when you're zoomed in, the camera can just really fuck you over. And oh, I got him. Okay, I knew that was AI, but didn't look like I got any hits at all. Weird. But anyway, yeah, the camera can really fuck you over sometimes and look down or look up a bit too much. I definitely missed that one. MiG's banking left. But yeah, so I have to adjust the up and down on the fly just so I can still actually see what I'm trying to fucking shoot at. It can be quite irritating. Close. Using default belts. I should have mentioned at the start, really, this is completely stock right now. This is the very first time that I've flown in sim. Okay, he's definitely AI now, because a player wouldn't do that. He wouldn't get that low to the ground. Hits there. That shit is why I fly in sim. Let's do a little bit of victory roll. Oh wow, fuck. That looks like another MiG. 15. It's a good job I rolled. Probably would have been dead otherwise. I feel quite Anakin-y now. Could really do with gaining some speed. But it's definitely an AI, because I managed to keep with him. He'd have just zoomed off into the nether if it had been a player. That looks like a bomber. It's way more important to go for a bomber. Try for some deflection shooting. Looking good. Really? Fuck's sake. He's gonna get killed by it. Okay, no he's not. He's gonna get killed by Skylight. So you see, they just have a better gun sight, better all-round, well, better frontal cockpit visibility. And if he's probably got his guns upgraded as well. Okay, so a MiG-17 just killed a friendly bomber, and I see the bomber falling in front, and I can see a blip, so I'm gonna guess that this is actually a player-controlled MiG-17. But is he any good? Or is he worse than me, I should say. So supposedly they changed the audio in sim so that it's harder to hear people behind you, and so I don't know if he'll hear me firing. I mean, he's sort of behaving as if he knows I'm here, so I've never flown the MiG-17, so I don't know if it should be easy for him to shake me. I mean, I'm stock. The chance of him being not, you know, he's probably got some parts. I definitely got hits then. Maybe that'll impede his ability to manoeuvre. I think I got him then as well. Default belts. I don't know what belts are the best on these 20s. Throttled back, so I didn't want to overshoot. I nearly lost him there. Looks like he opened a massive gap in that brief time frame. See, right now I feel like the camera's looking up a bit more than it needs to be. Okay, I don't remember even shooting at a Yak-23, but alright. Oh, that would have been great if I'd got him then. So I'm keeping with him fine. He might be stock as well though. I mean, I'd imagine that a spaded MiG-17 would be able to break contact with this thing when it's stock pretty easily. Goodbye. I don't know if he, maybe he thought he was further away. Okay, so I'm at like 10k right now. and I've just been chasing some specs. There's like 3 specs, and they're definitely not on my monitor, but I think they might be like those test planes that are just at a stupid altitude. They must be at like 15k or something stupid. Like I feel like I just climb and climb and climb, and even if I zoom in on them, they're still only specs. So I'm going to abandon that. Pardon me. And let's just test the dive performance and the air brakes of this thing. And going for a landing as well whilst we're down here, because we're down to nearly 2 minutes of fuel. So it maxed out at about 730 right there, which is pretty damn good. And I actually started losing speed in the dive because of the air getting thicker again at low altitude. Air brakes seem to be phenomenally good. I mean, it does have 4 of them, I guess, rather than the usual 2. Might have fucked up this approach a little bit. So gear is down, landing flaps are down. Pull it around. Gonna land a bit short, but as long as it's level. Pretty damn happy with that. Right, let's just come to a stop. See how quick we can actually stop. Even the wheel brakes on this thing are pretty insane by the looks of it. I need to give it a go on a carrier. See how easy it is compared to the Skynight. Flaps up, air brakes in, engine off. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope I see you in the next one. Cheers.